The war in Ukraine is now a war of attrition. That means whoever can produce weapons at a faster rate, at a cheaper rate, and grind their enemy down is going to win. And that is precisely what Russia is doing right now. The two most important weapons in this war are artillery and drones. And Russia excels in both these categories. A single Russian Lancet drone just costs $35,000, can destroy a tank worth $10 million. All those fancy Leopard and Bradley tanks, gone. The New York Times finally decided to catch up and admit that Ukraine has lost 20% of all its weapons within the first week of its counteroffensive. I mean, this is a disaster. Even before they said anything, did I not show you the wreckage? Did we not look at these columns of smoking tanks? These are Lancet drones, taking them out. And the number one killer in this war is artillery. This is like World War I. You know, Russia is firing 40,000 artillery shells per day. The US needs 2 months just to produce that amount. So right now they're investing $1.5 billion so they can produce 85,000 shells a month in 5 years, in 2028. I mean, how long are they planning for this war to go on? They must be making really good money if they want it to last till 2028. They need 500 years to catch up with the Russians' war industry. I mean, this is hopeless. Forget about it. And Zelensky is dreaming if he thinks that F-16s are going to help him. Every time he says, oh, if only we have this weapon, then we can win. So you give him the tanks, they're turned to ash. What does he think F-16s are going to do for him? You can't clear minefields with F-16s. You cannot destroy countless tank traps, dragon's teeth, trenches with F-16s. The front line is 1,000 kilometers long. The Russians have been dug in for months. Do you know how many miles Ukraine has taken so far in their hyped counteroffensive? 5 miles. 5 miles out of 60. Not only are the F-16s completely useless in this situation, but you are going to provoke the Russians into a nuclear war. The Russians have said if they see a single F-16, they are not going to waste time in the middle of a battle, trying to figure out whether it may be or maybe doesn't have a nuclear warhead. They're going to treat it as a nuclear threat and act accordingly. Do you know what that means? That means they will respond with nuclear weapons. And if you don't believe them, do you really want to wait and find out? You really want to wait and see? I don't think it's a topic where you just wait and see. This is nuclear war. You are playing with people's lives. The best thing Zelensky can do right now, the best weapon in his arsenal, is his pen. He needs to sit down and sign a negotiated peace settlement with the Russians and end this war. Finish. He cannot win on the battlefield. This war is lost. This front line is not going to move. And NATO have hung him out to dry. If you didn't see that wasn't clear enough after the summit in Vilnius. I don't know what to tell you. They're never going to let Ukraine in. Ukraine is a cash cow. They want to attack Russia and fight Russia while hiding behind Ukraine. Use Ukraine as a shield. Use Ukraine as a buffer. Let them go fight the war. While we make money, BAE Systems and Raytheon and General Dynamics, let them make the money while the Ukrainians die. This war has to end.